I would like to first assure you that millets have a scope, they have a potential. As high as 52% of the net cultivable area in our country is rain-fed. And rain-fed areas are most suited to hardy crops like millets. And we have the certainty of climate change staring at us. A climate change is going to bring about a paradigm shift in the cultivation practices, including the seasonality, which means we are not too sure of what is going to be the sowing time, what is going to be the harvesting time, what is going to be the temperature, what is going to be the rainfall spread. When this kind of uncertainty is going to loom large, compounding the already uncertain and risk-oriented agriculture system, we need to have something which can be more resilient, which can be more hardy. In that perspective, the millets have a major role to play. Naturally, when we start reorienting our policy framework, the due emphasis on research and development, marketing, will all follow. The response or the reaction, so to say, in the 1960s was to quickly build up the food security in this country, and therefore we took up paddy and wheat. And the triggers actually were external to India, because the varieties that we got, the short duration, dwarf varieties which were responsive to intensive use of inputs, they all came from Mexico and Philippines. We had paddy from Italy and we had wheat from Mexico, thanks to Norman Borlaug. We had no option, it was a Hobson's choice at that point of time. And we have done very well. And what demonstrates in India is that given the appropriate technology, advocacy, and the policy framework, particularly with respect to marketing, the Indian farmers are capable of responding. And that's how today we have not just food security, but we have net surpluses which can be exported in paddy and wheat. But then there is an inflection point because the rain-fed systems are increasing, the climate change is a certainty, and nutritional rebalancing is required. And at this juncture of Indian agriculture history, let me say, we must all compliment the Honorable Minister, Shri Krishna Bailagonda, for having single-handedly taken up this particular cause of promoting the millets in this country. Karnataka has been absolutely business-like and professional in this approach. Apart from Rajasthan, Karnataka is the only state in this country which are extremely drought-prone and highly climate vulnerable. And so they have responded very appropriately that we need to promote hardy crops. And we therefore appreciate that what they are doing is not merely a flavor of the season, but it's something that they feel which has to stand in the long term. So therefore the government of Karnataka, which has been launching, which has rather launched it already, led by the Honorable Minister and ably supported by the officials, Maheshwar and Satish, etc. We all need to join hands with them. And you will all appreciate, I'm sure here, we have a very cosmopolitan crowd here. We have industry houses, we have trade houses, we have chefs, and we have nutritionists, etc. This kind of a blend that we see today, you're all here to know whether there is something for all of us. One good thing that Karnataka, led by the minister, is doing is that they're looking at marketing first. So far, the approach of Indian agriculture, as elsewhere, has been supply-oriented. We thought that we produce and supply, and it finds its own market. We are now seeing the folly of that particular approach. Till 10 years back, there was no problem. It did not manifest as a problem simply because all that was produced was majorly being consumed by the people, by the families, by the local village, the near market, and the country at large. But today, with the surpluses, we're already at 275 million tons of food grains. With surpluses, we don't know what to do with those things. And because the market is not able to absorb them and find appropriate price for the produce, we have what you see, the fluctuations or the cry of the farmers that they're not able to monetize their produce. And going forward, we're going to only produce more. We're going to have more and more marketable surpluses. The marketable surplus ratios for every single commodity are increasing. Even in case of millets, for example, the MSR, the marketable surplus ratio, has been increasing, even at a low production of only 17 million tons. So once we bring that focus that now we are trying to do, we're going to have such marketable surpluses that if we do not step in right now, we're going to have a problem. So from that perspective, I must say the government of Karnataka's approach is bang right. That they are now trying to find a market first, both domestically and outside the country.